Welcome back. I'm Dr. Rob Melillo. I'm joined now by Lisa Purvis. Her son Justin struggled with ADHD, and they're here to talk about how his behavioral issues had improved since going to the Brain Balance Center. So, Lisa, Justin, first of all, thank you very much for being here. Very handsome young man. Tell me the story about Justin and how you found out about what we're doing in my work in Brain Balance.
Well, he was diagnosed with ADHD when he was 4 years old, and he had to a lot of services, speech, occupational therapy, behavioral therapy. He went through the process of all of this, and the problem that I was having was that both doctors and school was trying to push medication on me, and I wanted a non-medication approach for him.
Okay. And did any of those other interventions, did you find them helpful?
I didn't feel as though he was...
Did they make a difference?
No, I didn't feel as though he was, for the time that he was putting in all of these different therapies, it was constantly running around taking him for this therapy, that therapy, and I didn't see where it was really making that much of a difference, because each year he was still in it, and then he had to be pulled out for resource room, put in a class with smaller sizes,
right.
And it was constant, especially his lack of attention and focus, that I had to sit with him to help him stay on task.
Right. So, and again, all those services are helpful, but sometimes it's hard to see the end range of them. So how did you come to find out about my work?
Because I did research to find non-drug alternatives that I could help my son with, and from doing that, that's when I found out about your program. And also, I had gone to a special education seminar, and I met Betsy Stober there, and she had a table set up with the Brain Balance program. So.
And you had read my book, Disconnected Kids?
Yes.
And
yes.
when you read that, did that connect with you? Did you see Justin in that book?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It just described him perfectly.
So Justin, just give me a brief explanation of what you felt like before you actually did this hemispheric-based program. What did you feel like? Did you remember?
Yes. Before, I needed help to stay concentrated on my homework.
Okay. And was school hard for you?
Yeah, school was very hard for me.
And did you feel like you had trouble paying attention in class or
yes,
concentrating?
Yes, I had very hard time concentrating in class.
Okay. So he went to one of our centers, and obviously you've seen some great changes. So what changes have you seen in Justin's?
Well, his success has really been phenomenal, because I really never thought the day was going to come when I didn't have to sit down with him to help him with his homework, because it's just been really hard getting him to that point. But now he's able to sit down, he does his homework without my help, and I ask him constantly, Jay, you need any help? No, I got this, Mom. And when his report card came in the mail, I cried for a couple of days straight. A+ in biology, straight A's and B's, and he did it all himself.
Yeah, you showed me those grades, and they were pretty outstanding. So, and you had mentioned that there was a big difference that you noticed. What was that difference?
That after the Brain Balance program, I was able to do all my homework by myself, and it was easier to get it done and do homework in class and pay attention in class.
And that's a huge difference, right? And,
yes.
And how do you feel about getting grades like that?
Very good about myself.
Yeah, it makes a big difference, right?
Yes.
So one of the things that you used, and one of the things that you also found, because you showed me all these things that you really research, you're a typical warrior mom, someone that goes out there and really researches things, but one was the idea of smells and essential oils. So do you want to talk about that?
Sure, yes. And I use the Young Living essential oils with Justin. They're the purest, most therapeutic grade essential oils, and they really have helped him in conjunction with your program, and he can really speak and tell you which oils he uses and how he uses them.
You know, one of the things I think is interesting is that most people don't realize that, especially the children with the right brain delays, the ADHD, the autism, that many of them have an altered sense of smell or a completely absent sense of smell, and that often is why they're such picky eaters, and we're going to talk about more of that in the future. But tell me how you like the smells. What are the smells that you like to use, and how do they make you feel?
Well, in the morning I use Valor and Clarity. Usually, because valor makes me stronger and clarity helps clear my thoughts. Sometimes before a test, I'll also use brain power. That will also help my brain work better. And then when I'm trying to do my homework, I will use a diffuser and diffuse some peppermint into the room so I can have better memory and concentrate better.
Well, that's in my book. We go through what right and left brain smells. We're going to have you back and talk more about that. I want to thank you both for being here today. Thank you very much. It's a
Thank
great
you.
story of inspiration and hope. When we come back, Carolyn will be joined by Shakta Kursa, who will help us show yoga for children with ADHD and autism. We'll be right back.